And welcome back to Gallatin County High School. Just underway. We apologize for any technical snafus that we may have had, but we hope to have order restored here in a positive broadcast. Chris Labar with Gary Forrest, and Spencer won the toss, or won the tap, Gary.
Well, 1 minute down, the score still 0-0, so unfortunately for the people out there listening, you missed much right now. Spencer with the ball out front, probing against the 2-3 South Oldham zone.
Jump shot partially blocked, and Madison Young out with it for South Oldham. Dragons 18-8 on the season, and a traveling violation. These officials, by the way, out of the 13th region, and quite a haul this week to both Gallatin and Henry counties.
Yeah, those guys might have had the left yesterday.
Spencer here for the third straight time in the 8th region tournament, and the 5th in 7 seasons.
You know, Chris, what looked to be two offensively high-powered groups starting off awfully slow.
It's a strong drive missed by Reichenbach, and a foul coming up the floor.
Well, as so many times, you know, it's all about jitters. Both teams looking to settle down a little bit. Take a look at Spencer County back in a 1-3-1 defense. Don't see a lot of the 1-3-1s as a primary defense.
It's a Bob Huggins type defense. And South Oldham will have it. That's Young. Betts a three, and Natalie Betts for South Oldham on the board.
And that's why Betts is back in the starting lineup. She showed the other night, very capable of hitting that open three-pointer, and she nails the first one of tonight's game.
Skylar Mills will handle up top. A little bit of a different Spencer County look tonight. Bailey Wayrock not on the floor, normal starter for the Bears. So Spencer going to go a little deeper into their bench. And there's Brown, one of the mainstays at the baseline. Reichenbach on the floor and a travel.
Yep, just look a little out of sorts, and that happens when you have a change in your lineup a little bit. But, you know, you have the same thing with injuries and foul trouble, so it's something you just have to play through.
Dragons off to a nice start on a Natalie Betts three. And Betts going to try one from this side, and a rebound secured by Basham of Spencer.
Both teams very patient against different type of zones. South in a 2-3, sort of matching up a little bit. And Spencer straight 1-3-1 defense on their defensive end.
There's Reichenbach at the elbow. Mills triggers one. And a nice rebound, that's Ella Brown, as Basham tries to respond, and it's pinballed around and finally lassoed by Morrison of South. Outlet Chloe John. And stepping on the sideline was Madison Young.
Turnover number 2 for the Lady Dragons. Once again, both teams here about 3.5 minutes in, just kind of feeling one another out, get the jitters out. South Oldham 3-2 now, really trying to match the shooters on the wings. And giving the shot out front, basically. And the Bears haven't even looked at trying to shoot that. Everything looks to be started from the wings in.
Spencer County now on the board. It's Reichenbach with her first field goal.
Turnover number 3 for South Oldham's on the offensive end.
And our first Sub of the game as Gracie Brown, a freshman, will check in for the Bears. Brown, 3 points, 3 caroms a night average.
Turnover number 4 for the Lady Dragons here early in this first quarter.
Turnovers really hasn't been a big issue for South Oldham on the season.
I just think, it's regional tournament time. It's the first game, a little bit jitters. It really isn't what the defense is doing.
Stepping in the passing lane, and the layup is going to be off from Grace Turner. And Mills back for Spencer. There's Betts on the overplay, and it's poked out of bounds. It will belong to Spencer.
Chris, they're really giving Mills out front the shot anytime she wants it, and she's not even nibbled on it. It's her job as a setup person. We'll see if she gets more involved or if they turn it over away from her.
Reichenbach inside the lane.
We're about 40 seconds into this offensive possession for the Lady Bears.
There's a Mills deep shot, a little bit short, and Madison Young with the south rebound as Young drawing a blocking foul on Spencer County.
Young, probably the most active players of the South Oldham Lady Dragons. She's got a little bit of size, just a freshman, but she does a great job. Her brother was a 3-year starter for South Oldham, and I'd say there's probably been a few games in the backyard. Greatest attribute I can give her, she plays sometimes like a boy. She's pretty rugged.
16 points, leads South in rebounding at just over 7.
Yeah, she sticks her nose in there.
So Natalie Betts with the 3 to start the scoring for South. Madison Young now tacks one on. And Davey Reichenbach has Spencer County's lone field goal with South Oldham now on top 5-2. Now Basham will handle up top, and similar to your point about Mills, giving her a lot of space up top.
South really trying to match their 1-2-2 against the Spencer County offense.
That one misfires up top from Ella Brown.
Haven't seen much of Morrison yet. Their leading scorer, but she'll get going, and when she does, she can score in bundles.
Nice deflection by Holly Johnson, 5'10" sophomore, donning number 00 for the Bears. And will be South ball with just over a minute left in this low-scoring first quarter. Winner takes on the winner of our second game between Simon Kenton and Owen County. Those winners will meet Friday at 6. Foul line jumper created by Young, but the shot misfires from Betts. And Spencer County with a run out and layup as Cundiff knocks it in.
Well, that all started with the defensive rebound.
That one's off the heel. That was Morrison. And Spencer County looking for a lead as this first quarter winds down. Three up top, steered in by Cundiff.
I'm not so sure Cundiff called bank on that one, but I'm sure they'll take it.
Cundiff with 5 early. As John tries to answer, and Chloe John puts it in.
Both teams starting to warm up a little bit on the offensive end.
South connecting on 2 early threes. That's Brown on the bounce. Now Basham up and off, pinballed around and followed in by Basham. And that's going to close the first quarter. Spencer County leading South Oldham 9-8 on Glycod.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
8. Spencer County by a point. After one, Gary Forrest, a lot of activity the last couple of minutes.
Well, it took about 5 minutes for both teams to warm up here in this first quarter. You know, really just kind of probing. Both teams playing zone, looking for the soft spots. And then in the last 2.5 minutes, both teams up and down the floor, taking good shots, familiarizing yourself what the other team's trying to do to you. So I look for things really to pick up here in the second quarter.
South Oldham possession. As Betts will arc it in the corner to Turner.
Little matchup, 2-3 zone now by the Lady Bears. Out of the 1-3-1.
And a Spencer County foul. Either third team foul. First foul on Reichenbach. And South Oldham will pitch it in underneath. That one's off the mark. It was Betts misfiring, and I believe Turner stepped on the baseline underneath.
Turnover number 5 for the Lady Dragons. Uncharacteristic. They don't make a lot of turnovers.
Both these teams in a steady diet of zone to start this game.
Very much so. First team to go to man gets a point or two.
As Cundiff handling up top. Now it's Brown in the corner. And another three. This is Skylar Mills, and Spencer with 2 threes, leading by 4. Morrison tries to answer. That one's long, and the rebound poked around underneath and gobbled up by Morrison. And a held ball. Arrow in favor of Spencer.
Well, right now, Chris, Spencer, much more aggressive of the two, leads the teams in rebounds 2-1. South Oldham back in a matchup, 2-3.
Would you expect these zone defenses to continue?
I think so. I know South sort of lives by the zone. They feel comfortable. When you have a limited bench, you'll stay with zones. You tend to make less fouls.
Cundiff pass in the lane. Nice catch underneath, and Young, I believe, bumped Reichenbach down low.
There's a soft spot in that 1-2-2 matchup zone that South plays. Is if you can get the ball in the elbow area, you're going to have numbers 3-on-2 usually, and you'll get good shots. It's used to prevent outside shots.
So Reichenbach entering the game 932 career points, at least unofficially. But she has had a dynamite career, really the last 2.5 seasons.
Very much so, very aggressive.
And Spencer now with 5 straight to start this quarter.
Speaking of aggressive.
Nice answer for Madison Young.
Very much so. You know, the freshman loves to put the ball on the floor and take it toward the basket.
Young now with 4. Morrison still scoreless through the first 10 minutes of this game. And Spencer protecting a 4-point lead. It's Basham winding around the clock and right through Brown. And Betts going to start the fast break, feeding Morrison. And Brown back to clean it up.
As you mentioned, Morrison right now having a hard time getting off the rock.
See what Spencer does in the half court is got a timeout, John Howie timeout. 30-second stop as Coach Howie in the midst of that huddle, winding the troops together. Take a look at John's record. And year 5, we talked about it, 8th Region Coach of the Year, and almost getting to a level playing field at least this season with Anderson County in that district.
Well, I know he'd like to think that's the case. You know, they're one of the few in-region teams to beat Anderson this year, and it doesn't hurt that they're in the district with them. So continue to marvel at the success his teams have had. And this was thought to be a rebuilding year, and he wins 24 games.
So the Bears trying to get to the regional semifinal where they were last season. And this their 3rd straight trip to the 8th Region Tournament. They're +4 now, midway through this 2nd quarter. That's Mills veering to her left, and we're going to have a South Oldham foul.
You know, Chris, right now, the Bears are really taking advantage of South playing that 1-2-2 very wide up top. And when Spencer's had success, they've done a great job of just crossover dribble, getting into the paint, and either shooting the short jumper or kicking to the block players down below.
Foul on Chloe John. Be her first and the second for South. And one more free throw looming for Skylar Mills, 5'7" junior. That's bouncing it in the corner.
Aggressive 2-3 matching up by the Bears.
Now Young, nice entry down low, and Morrison's shot going to rattle off.
Morrison right now having a hard time. She worked hard, got the ball inside, but just too many bodies.
Gracie Brown corrals the rebound for the Bears. Brown sliding to her left, Reichenbach cleaning it up. And a held ball, the arrow this time in favor of South.
Well, once again, Spencer having success of splitting the zone up top and getting in the paint, and point blank missed a layup then. South with the ball, bringing it down floor.
Now Betts pitching it in the lane. And Turner a little bit out of sorts there, coughs it up out of bounds.
I tell you what, Chris, I really would like to see Young be that person for South that plays the middle. They really don't have a post player, but whoever gets the ball in the middle. Right now it's Chloe, and she's done a good job, but I think the size of Young would probably help them a little more get the ball inside.
South Oldham sends on Morgan Barnett, 6-foot junior, and a foul underneath.
There's that same move from out front. Right now, Spencer's guards are just splitting South's top 3 defenders, getting way deep into the paint and either getting fouled or settling for really short jump shots.
So Brown for a pair from the foul line. All 8th Region as a junior. And the lead now grows to 6. "13 points, 6 rebounds on the campaign. And Reichenbach with the putback, it rattles off, and Morrison back to snare it for South as the Dragons try to slice into this 6-point deficit. And that shot's going to rattle off That was Young that had the shot rattle off as Brown down the hill for Spencer. Poked out of there. And a block underneath.
Once again, Chris, if we could paint a picture for you, South Oldham being content to not really push the pace and settle for mid-range to three-point shots. Spencer, on the other hand, everything this quarter has been strictly in the paint. Much higher percentage shot, and that shows why, rebound-wise, they've doubled the Lady Dragons on the board.
It's Reichenbach. Miss Basham, a deep jumper, and she gets the roll just inside the arc.
Once again, splitting the guards out front for an uncontested jumper.
18-10, South Oldham finally heading to the foul line. That was Sydney Hall that took it up strong. And the fourth team Bear foul.
South Oldham's leading two scorers have really been slow to get going tonight. You know, and that's Morrison and that's Young. And, you know, for them to be successful, those two have kind of got to get the rest of them going.
Hall backup goalkeeper on South Oldham State Championship girls soccer squad, and a key part of this Dragon team, at least from her roll off the bench. As the shot off and snared by Reichenbach is Spencer going for a double-figure lead. Just over 3 minutes left in this first half.
15 rebounds to 6 in Spencer's favor.
And Mills, as we slide under 3 minutes, will have it top of the circle. Initiating contact, pitches it up with the left, and the follow still short by Mills. And here comes South Oldham with but 2 points in this quarter to date. And we're going to have a traveling violation. It will stay with South.
You know, South just can't buy a basket. You know, there was a point-blank stick back and couldn't get it going. 2-3 zone out of bounds by the Lady Bears.
There's a jumper that's not going to fall. And I believe a Spencer foul. That's going to put them at 5 team fouls. Foul on Holly Johnson.
Well, Spencer probably the most aggressive on paper, and they're proving that point tonight.
And South Oldham just having all sorts of issues getting the ball in bounds.
Yeah, very much so. And you might want to give Coach Howie credit for that call. I think he made it a couple seconds before the official. South with turnover number 7. And quite frankly, an unforced turnover. You know, just don't seem to be in sync.
Bears have outscored the Dragons 9-2 in this quarter. And the lead now grows to 8. Morrison gets a hand on it, flips it back in play to Young, and running the floor is Hall. And Hall will miss the layup as it's pinballed around, and that's Young to put it back in. Madison Young with 6 of South's 12.
Well, Young being the aggressor, followed up with a missed shot with a follow-up rebound, stick back.
Reichenbach on the bounce, and Morrison in the passing lane. And Morrison puts it in.
Well, as South Oldham has picked up their defense, it's also contributed to 2 quick baskets on the offensive end.
Morrison now with her first field goal inside the 1:45 mark of the quarter. And South with 4 in a row. Reichenbach through Young. And a South foul.
Well, Reichenbach, known as a slasher, showed it right there. Did a good job getting the step on the defender. Drove it to the basket, got fouled. Refs called it on the floor. It'll be Bear ball, baseline out of bounds.
Brown, a shovel across the floor, and Morrison in the passing lane up to Betts. And a big three for South Oldham. Then Hannah Richardson with a three.
Well, the other night they spread it around the threes, and tonight they're doing the same thing this late in the second quarter.
South with 7 in a row late in the quarter. That's Reichenbach down low, squirming baseline, and it's ripped away, but off of Madison Young. It was a big three by Richardson.
Yeah, what was an 8-point lead is now melted away to a 1-point Bear lead.
Gracie Brown will handle it. And right through the mitts, it was Ava Rocky that couldn't hang on to it. And I believe South Oldham will commit a foul. And a big, big three, Braylon Cundiff. The freshman now with 8. That one's off from Turner. And South will retain with under 18 and a half. Short from Richardson, perhaps a bit premature on that jumper. And Spencer, with remnants left in the half, will handle. There's Mills, up and in, and Spencer with the lead at half. A 23-17 lead, a big basket by Skylar Mills. And the Bears answer South Oldham's run, Gary.
Very much so, just when you thought that South had figured things out. A couple of quick baskets by the Lady Bears. A big three stretched this thing back out from a 1-point lead to a 6 here at half.
Be right back on Glycod.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people. Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by LaGrange Service Center, a family-owned car repair shop that also offers 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, celebrating their 58th year in business.
Chris Labar, Gary Forrest back live at Gallatin County High School. Halftime of Game 1 in Spencer County. +6 at the half, and a great response by the Bears to close that quarter.
Very much so. Just when it looked like Spencer might have been running out of gas in the second quarter, they hit the final 6 points, 7 points of the quarter to stretch their lead back out. And when I'm looking here at stats, one of the things that really stands out, the fact that rebound-wise, 17-7, they out-rebounded the South Oldham bunch.
How surprising is that to you?
It really is, one of the things we talked about, we noted in our keys, they're very aggressive, and it showed it. I thought they did a really good job of being very patient against the South Oldham zones, getting the ball inside, and even when they didn't score, they were able to get missed shot after missed shot and stick them back in. And looking on the shot chart, they shoot a great percentage the first half when they ended up being 8 for 19. South Oldham, on the other hand, only 6 for 20, and probably the reason that was they took a higher percentage shot. They shot a lot more threes than the bunch from Spencer.
Let's revisit the keys, and you brought it up. One of the things that I stood out to me was the sideline break success for South Oldham. What did you mean by that?
0 points. What South does is they love out of their zone defense, getting the ball off the board and releasing their top 2 defenders who now become offensive players, and they sprint down the sides. They try to make that early pass to them, and it's usually Morrison, who is a very solid one-on-one player, and she's able to drive it or shoot the short jumper for the high percentage shots. Only one of those so far in the first half. She was able to get in the lane, and even then missed the short jumper.
What are some things South can do to get Morrison on track offensively in the second half?
Well, you have to be careful. Sometimes the horseshoe ride sets the tone. And when you play zone and it's not an aggressive zone, your players on the offensive end tend to lose some aggressiveness. A great example is the fact that when the bunch from Spencer plays zone, it's very aggressive, and it leads to them being aggressive on the offensive end. And, we talked about another key was offensively take efficient shot selection by the Lady Bears, and they've done just that. They've limited their threes, and they've gotten the ball in the paint.
Game 2 tonight will feature Simon, Kenton, and Owen County, the Rebels fixtures in this tournament, and they've been to the 8th Region Finals 2 of the last 3 years. How do you see that matchup going?
Hey, you know what? Even though Simon won the first time around with a pretty big margin, never count the Lady Rebels out. Very well coached. They're a small school, so they start playing together at a very early age. Maybe they don't have a lot of players in numbers, but that's what they do. They play girls basketball, and they do it very successfully.
So Simon, Kenton, and Owen County, again, that's game 2. It will tip in the vicinity of 8 o'clock. If you're just joining us, we'll have tons of coverage all week long at both the girls and boys venues inside the 8th region. We'll have interviews, live on-set interviews tonight with both winners, both most outstanding players, and we'll also catch up with Coach Jeff Stowers of Simon Kenton. All of that and much, much more this evening on Glycod. 6 points, Spencer County lead at half, and Gary and I have more right after this from Gallatin County on Glycod.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall, grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Tech 24 has opportunities in the Louisville area in equipment repair and maintenance. If you'd like to learn more, visit mytech24.com. A couple of quick adjustments in this half, Gary, one for each team.
Well, I don't really see a lot of tweaks for Spencer. You know, just keep on pushing, stick with the game plan. It's got you the lead. If I'm South Oldham, I'm a little concerned that I've not been able to get into my break, and one of the reasons is I'm being out-rebounded. So a little more on the defensive boards, I think, will give South more opportunities on the offensive end through their fast break.
The Spencer County team at 24-8 on the season, and South Oldham 18-8. Both teams with super successful seasons, and when the drawing came out on Saturday, we both thought this could be one of the tightest opening round matchups.
Really kind of felt that way, and it's showing it right now, and Spencer with the lead here at the half.
So Bear basketball again, the winner will take on the winner of game 2 between Simon Kenton and Owen County. Nice entry in the lane and a skip right through Brown out of bounds.
The idea was solid. Inside, tried to turn and dump to the step-in man, just missed her with the pass. Now let's take a look. Spencer looks like they're back 1-3-1. That's how they started the game. Young, I thought, might have got away with an early step there, so a break for the Lady Dragons. Young, much better playing off the dribble.
Nice slide through the double team, but the shot rattles off from
Morrison.
Turner.
Oh, was that? I thought it was Morrison. I said she was still on the snide.
Morrison with just one field goal, that occurring in transition in the first half. As Reichenbach, the All-8th Region performer, working opposite Madison Young, and Young with a lot of defensive responsibility on her shoulders.
Well, two good athletes guarding one another.
Backdoor cut, Basham with a catch and connection.
They've really hurt them on penetration, Chris, and they continue here to start the third.
Spencer by 8, once led by 9, and Turner lays it in with a left.
Turner missed the last stick back, but not that one.
Good response by South. So Turner will badger Mills up top.
Well, what we're seeing right now for the first time tonight, South Oldham going man-to-man.
Brown, a strong drive, and got the putback to go.
I think this behoves the South bunch. Maybe this will get them going offensively.
Morrison with a face-up, slides baseline. Richardson launches a 3, and it came out hot and catapults out of bounds. Will stay with South. There you see Gene Heffington pacing top of your screen. Season 9 at South Oldham. Morrison, left corner. Richardson, shot blocked right to Turner. And Young with a crafty up and under initiates contact and a Reichenbach foul.
You know, once again, Chris, they've got to get Young and they've got to get Morrison involved in their offense, particularly Morrison. You know, she's kind of been non-existent for the first half of this game.
Very uncharacteristic of Ella as that free throw trickles in for Young.
You know, Young is aggressive, so her presence will always be felt through positively or some cases negatively by making fouls. But, you know, when you play aggressively, that comes with the territory.
Great touch by the freshman. Madison Young with 8 unofficially and the lead at 6.
South Oldham still in man-to-man. I like this. I like this change.
Why do you like it?
I think it makes them more aggressive.
Backdoor cut.
They've been very passive most of this game.
Here's Brown on the bounce, terminates and flaunts to Mills. And Mills coughs it up, deflecting off of a Dragon hand. As Spencer will shuttle in freshman Braylon Cundiff.
I'm still not sure how well Spencer shoots it. You know, they've not shown it, but they haven't had to. They've been able to drive against the zone.
Only a 28% three-point team on the season for Spencer, and there's an and one.
Well, there's your slasher. And, you know, Reichenbach gets the ball and is able to take it baseline, makes the bucket, and go to the line for the bonus.
As Reichenbach with the seam baseline, and Morrison no other recourse but to commit a foul.
Really, Morrison comes out, Betts back in.
So Spencer now matching a 9-point lead, their longest thus far. 5+ in this third quarter. Richardson heaves a 3, her second connection.
South evenly disparate. They pass the ball for the threes, but still not getting anything inside the paint.
There's Basham on the bounce. That's Brown knocking in a 3. And a Spencer County timeout, a full timeout, as Brown knocks in a huge 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Ella Brown with a huge three as Spencer County now +9. Every time South has had a run, Spencer has responded.
They sure have, and good teams do that. And, you know, after a while, it's who blinks first with these runs.
As Betts.
Spencer County back. 2-3 matchup, so constantly changing.
Morrison back in the game for South as Richardson finds Ella. Now Young with a strong drive and puts it in.
Well, Young doing what Young does well, putting it on the floor and making things happen. Splits the zone, scores, and gets fouled.
And Young with 3 quick ones.
I like her. I like the fact that no matter what the score is, the same determined expression on her face. You know, it's kind of like that hired gunslinger. She knows what she's got to do, and she's out to do it. Man-to-man, South Oldham's had some success out of this. I just like the fact that I think it's made them more aggressive on the offensive end.
Nice entry, and Reichenbach will spin out of it, find Mills. Poked away. South Oldham trying to slice into this 6-point deficit as Young finds Morrison. And a foul underneath on the Bears. Beyond Basham, the 5'4" sophomore. And Spencer slide into their bench a bit. They'll bring back Gracie Brown. And an infraction, I believe Morrison stepped over the baseline.
Turnover number 2 for the Lady Dragons here in this third quarter. Another forced turnover by the Lady Dragons, and I think once again that's that man-to-man pressure you see.
Betts steps into a 3 and a big one for South.
Betts limited mobility with that injured knee, but she's still a very solid spot shooter, and another 3 for her tonight.
There's Reichenbach on the drive, and I believe Turner will be called for a bump.
Reichenberg, like her counterpoint for South Oldham Young, very good at catching the ball, slashing, driving it to the hole.
There you'll see the catch and shoot by Betts. As Reichenbach will have one more. And the lead back to 4. South Oldham tries to work their way back. Morrison splitting defenders.
Well, that's what Morrison does well. Is it's been a slow start for her tonight, but when things aren't falling, drive it, drive it, drive it.
Morrison for 2, where she's Received unofficially 2 points tonight, a layup in transition in the first half.
Well, as we saw the other night, she is a very streaky scorer as well, though, and it can come in bunches.
And the lead at 2 for Spencer.
A little full court token man-to-man defense by the Lady Dragons. Back on the half court, they're back in that man-to-man, which I think has been beneficial for them this half.
There is Mills on the bounce. And a strong drive and an and one.
But I tell you what, Chris, toughest shot in basketball, the baseline layup where you have to jump out to create an angle. And the young lady is 1 for 2 on those tonight, but that's a tough percentage shot.
And Ella Brown makes it a 5-point.
South looking to run the break now. First time we've seen it all the way through tonight.
Let's turn her a little bit of a high dribble there. She'll wind it around to Betts.
Continue to run the cutters through, looking for the baseline cutter.
Now Young going to probe, muscle her way in, and it's going to trickle out off of Mills, or perhaps Gracie Brown got a hand on it. Bears bring on Basham, the sophomore. She'll check back in. And a foul away from the ball on Basham.
You just see more movement out of South Oldham's offense this half, and I really think it starts at the defensive end where the man-to-man has made them a little more aggressive.
5th team foul. And did Morrison, no, I thought she may have stepped on the sideline. We're going to have a Bear foul, their 6th.
Yeah, instead of going around, the young lady decided she would go through and ran over the South Oldham screener.
So South Oldham now 1 foul away from the bonus.
And that's a good thing for South because they shoot a good percentage on their free throws. So I see them wanting to get to the bonus.
Lobbed in play. Caught by John Neres. Morrison
there
through contact, and it's not going to fall. And out of bounds off of Mills.
Well, once again, South just much more aggressive, taking it to the hole. They're shooting free throws. They're not relying on the three-pointer, and I think this will benefit them.
Poked away. That was Johnson that got a hand on it, back tapping it, and Spencer County +5 as we wind under 1:30 in this third quarter.
Wow, tough baseline bounce pass all the way through the lane. You don't see that very often, very successful. Spencer looking to spread a little bit here this last minute of the third quarter. Got to play with a purpose, though. I'm not so sure how much.
Nice high-low pass.
Excellent.
Then the layup off from Brown.
Ooh, caught a break.
And it will belong to Spencer underneath.
I thought it was off the Spencer player's fingertips. So did she, and she didn't do a good job selling it, but the officials still gave the ball to the Bears.
Bears inbound, getting it too tight as Reichenbach travels.
He sure did. So that cost him a bunny inside. Third turnover this quarter for the Lady Bears. South slowly getting themselves back into this ball game, Chris.
Piece by piece. Betts triggers a 3. And backside corral by Mills of Spencer. South Oldham had a lead, but very early in the first quarter. Bears led by 1 after 1 and have led throughout. And Mills navigates to the basket and kisses it in. So just like that, it's back to 7.
Yep. 20 seconds here to go in the third.
Betts short with that one. And Spencer's going to have the final crack.
Not sure Spencer really knows how much time, but
under 3, and the fourth team South Oldham foul.
Probably a beneficial foul here, even with 2 seconds to go.
Fourth foul on Chloe John.
See what sort of inbounds play they have underneath the basket with 2.3 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Remember, they got it down tight on the last inbound underneath.
Very much so. South in a man-to-man.
Lob pass again down. That's Brown. Banks it in. That's a big sequence.
You know, very well coached. Very well designed play. I'm not sure they meant to bank it, but they got a good high percentage shot.
Spencer by 9. Fourth quarter next from Glycon.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Big sequence late in the third. Betts shoots that 3 with about 12 seconds left, and then Spencer, Gary on the inbound, and Ella Brown kisses it in.
Very durable. Every time South has made a move offensively, the Bears have been there to counter, to hold the lead. It actually stretched it out here a little bit to start the fourth quarter.
So South possession, trailed by 1 after 1, by 6 at half. And now the lead swells to 9. Spencer is led by 9 on 3 such occasions.
Spencer back in the 1-3-1. They start every quarter in the 1-3-1.
Off the mark from Young, follows her own shot. And she'll strut the stripe after receiving the bump.
Well, Young, I'm not so sure that was a good shot, but the athlete she was, she followed her miss, got the rebound, and fouled on the play.
7th team foul, but Young fouled in the act. Season high 26 versus North Oldham earlier this season.
It's kind of interesting. I've watched her shoot. She's a fairly consistent shooter, but if she does have a chink in her armor, she'll move that right foot every time before she shoots the ball.
Look at some of the young underclassmen in the 8th region. Young in the top tier of players coming back next season. Only a freshman.
In that man-to-man now, a little more pressure out front by the Lady Dragons.
There's Mills angling it in the corner.
Good shot selection.
Reichenbach wheeling and dealing.
Wow, Reichenbach misses a gimme inside.
And Young corrals for South. There's Young splitting defenders, and back to the line she goes after a tumble.
Well, that's just Young. She'll do a great job of taking the ball to the basket.
So Young for 2 more. 69% foul shooter on the campaign. What's the formula for a comeback?
Patience. You know, you can't get it all back at once, and so many people think that's the case. Stick with what you guys are designed to try to do.
And it doesn't hurt to score when the time is rested.
Very much so.
Lead back to 6. See what Spencer can do as they try to respond. They've had such favorable responses much of this evening.
South staying in the man-to-man.
There's Mills veering left, and Lost the handle. That was outstanding defense by Turner.
It really looked like Mills was very uncertain about what she wanted to do. And when you do that, your teammates get to standing around.
As Richardson in the corner.
I think they've got to get Ella Morrison involved in this thing. Young is not going to be enough to carry her.
There's Morrison in the corner. High pass from Richardson.
They're working Morrison on the baseline.
Big three. Got it! And a South Oldham 30-second timeout. Ella Morrison on a big three, Gary.
Well, very much so, I think. And she's just smart enough to know this timeout was called for her. And Spencer is going to be very aware where Morrison is. I look for Morrison, and next time she gets the ball, because they'll try to take the jump shot away, she'll do a great job lifting and driving. She's that clever. It's like a chess match. You're going to take something away from her right now. They don't want her to shoot those threes. I think she's smart enough to realize it's time to lift and drive.
Coming up at the conclusion, we'll have the most outstanding player presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. Don Mueller will catch up with the winning coach as well as tonight's most outstanding player. That and much, much more at the conclusion of Game 1.
A lot of time left in this one.
With a foul underneath, we sure do.
Yeah, I know they want to put pressure, but I think Coach Evington's probably trying to remind her. But we don't want to foul.
Fifth team South Oldham foul. As Mills deflected away. I believe Turner got another hand on that ball. And a foul on Spencer County.
Well, once again, it just looks like Spencer's in that danger zone. They're up 3, but they're playing not to lose. Not really sure what they want to do on the offensive end. This is the second time in a row they've come down with one person dribbling and the other 4 standing and watching.
That was Madison Young, that got a hand on it.
Well, Young's so athletic, that doesn't surprise me. They're bringing that off person over.
Betts misfires on the front end and final 1-1, but the basket goes. The lead at 1.
You got to play. You got to continue on. I think the Bears have kind of gotten to the point where they're playing not to lose.
That's a great analogy.
1 dribble, 4 standing.
Reichenbach veering right. Young causing some duress, and it's off the mark. Rebound cleaned up by Basham. And a whistle underneath.
Bodies going everywhere.
And multiple subs coming in.
We're about halfway blinded down here on this end, but it'll be Spencer ball, baseline out of bounds.
Chloe John back in for South with those 4 fouls. Spencer will respond with freshman Braylon Cundiff, who's made a couple of big threes tonight.
Watch Rarakimam. She'll look to take it to the basket. Spread offense, no post.
Now Basham trying to initiate this offense.
I'm not so sure about this, Chris. A lot of standing. 5 minutes to go is an eternity at the high school basketball.
You feel like they've stopped attacking?
I think they have, and it's hard to get them to do that again. You know, look for Young to be involved. She's so athletic, as well as Morrison. Look for him to double, look to gap pass, things along this line.
South Oldham contingent and the band on their feet trying to implore this Dragon defense.
Danger.
Reichenbach in the seam, lofting it up and long. Brown and pinballed around and lassoed finally by Betts of South. They're looking for their first lead since the opening quarter.
Spencer Wright.
And Young delivers.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Spencer right now 0 for their last 6 here in the fourth quarter.
Brown underneath. Reichenbach veering left, and she is fouled. Foul on Betts. The 2 shots looming for Reichenbach. You see the basket go through for Young. Reichenbach, 67% foul shooter. And the lead stays the same. And a South Oldham 30-second timeout. That will leave them with the pair in a coach's game in the final 4:20.
I think so. If we're going to look back, we're going to talk about moments the game changed. I think it's when South got out of their zones and they went man-to-man and they forced play. And I think it caught Spencer off balance. And as a result, they were sort of unprepared about what they wanted to run. This last minute and a half, they decided they want to spread the floor. And unless you've practiced on something like that, but you don't practice on it with 4 or 5 minutes to go in a game, this may be a flaw that will come back to haunt the Lady Bears.
Well, keep in mind that big 3 by Morrison really jump-starting this offense, but Young has been the mainstay throughout tonight.
Well, I think you're going to see more of Young and more of Morrison as they rode those 2 horses to where they're at.
Reichenbach for one more free throw. And that takes us back to level par. What's the mindset here in the half court for South?
Well, if you're South, you want to keep things going, run your offense. It depends what. It looks like Spencer's going back to the 2-3 now. Just run the offense you practice every day. Luckily, missed a walk there. Young got away with one.
Now Betts, she's had a couple of big threes tonight. She'll handle it up top.
Well, the 2 that you've got there that have been there, done that.
Morrison is one of those, and it swirls out. Brown secures the Spencer rebound. There's Brown back to her left.
Brown with a walk.
Travels possession to South.
Well, once again, between the turnovers and missed shots, Spencer's batting 0 here this 4th quarter. They're fortunate it's tied. Play with a purpose. And South has. They haven't panicked when it got down 9.
Young. Baseline and poor pass in tight confines, and Morrison going to somehow get a held ball call, but it will be Spencer's possession.
Well, the key is never jump in the air to throw a pass, because as soon as you do, your teammate turns their head and goes the opposite, and that's exactly what happened to Young. Plenty of time.
So South with 2 consecutive dry possessions after coming all the way back from a 9-point deficit to take the lead.
I like South because they have more weapons offensively to go to.
Basham. Right-hand dribble.
Once again, I don't like this 1 dribble 4 stand.
Brown through contact and back to the foul line. So Ella Brown for 2. South now with 7 team fouls.
Nothing but net.
Spencer +1 now.
Let's watch South. Last 2 times they've been able, off free throws, been able to run their break. Here we go. Nope.
Swirling out, an ill-advised shot from John. And Spencer by 2 with the ball. And a big trip up the mountain for both teams here.
If you're Spencer, if you're going to hold the ball, you want to keep it centered. You want to keep it out of the corners. You'll kill your dribble. Brown going to go one-on-one.
Brown trying to muscle her way in, and Young ties her up. It's South Oldham's possession.
Well, I don't like that shot. High percentage, and you took one defender and you drove into another. So, turnover, lose a possession.
A clever play of Young. See what South does as Young veering left. I think she tried to draw a foul and got the roll.
I'm not so sure she tried to pass and at the last second had to shoot it. And good things happen.
What a great ball game. First quarterfinal, 8th Region Girls Tournament.
Well, we said from the start, this one could be one of those who has it last.
Mills handling up top. Nice entry.
I'm not sure I like that shot.
Out by Cundiff, and Young snares the South rebound. And Jean Heffington gonna call timeout. We will step aside. 1:11 left. High drama in Warsaw. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Tied at 44 as we welcome you back on Glycod. South Oldham possession. Madison Young with a big basket after creating the held ball.
Chris, you had a great point a minute ago about the possession arrow didn't change. I think the officials have talked it over, but I think what they may have decided that last possession actually was a foul down here at the basket.
So the arrow for the moment is South Oldham.
Very much so.
We will correct, at least at the game site, they're saying South Oldham. That's not what we thought with the naked eye, but dragon arrow, dragon ball.
Minute 11 is an eternity. I didn't like that quick three-pointer that the youngster from Spencer took. There's an old adage, Coach, I was open. Well, maybe there's a reason why you're open with a minute to go.
She's hit some big ones tonight, but that took a little moxie there for the freshman in the corner. And a foul on Cundiff, and that's the 10th team Spencer foul.
Well, what happens so many times, Chris, you do something at one end and you try to get it back at the other, and I don't know if that's a thinking or not, but Cundiff was the one who took the quick three, and now she's put South on the line for two. Double bonus in play for South. And they shoot the free throws well. I think if it's a free throw shooting contest, I'm all in for South.
Grace Turner, 8th grader on the big stage. And the rebound brought down, and I believe an immediate Spencer timeout. We'll keep things here as John Howie, as soon as they had possession, he wanted to timeout.
Very much so. Kind of quick on the draw there. But, the last couple of times down, they kind of looked confused what they want to do offensively. I would have thought they would have maybe got that taken care of during the other timeout.
Tournament Central, place to be this week. A bevy of championship games, 6th, 7th, and 8th. 40-plus broadcasts starting last week on Glycod will continue on through the state tournament. Live score ticker and instant replay. Glycod.com/Tournament Central. Bottom of your screen shows timeouts dead even at 2. The arrow for the moment at South Oldham. And it will be Spencer ball with the Bears committing 10 team fouls, South Oldham committing 7. Well, you've been in this situation many times. What's the mindset in that Bear huddle with the ball in a tie game?
Well, 53 seconds is the eternity. I want to run my offense. I want to run a set play, my best set play I feel comfortable with, going to the player I feel comfortable with. And, if that's the case, I'm probably going to go with Reichenbach down on the block somewhere in the lane. She's a pretty good free throw shooter. They haven't gotten many high percentage shots lately. South Oldham back in the man-to-man, but they're helping out in the paint.
1 point, South Oldham lead.
See, they changed to the matchup zone here to take away the one-on-one play.
Reichenbach squeezes baseline. Nice extra pass in the corner. Basham lines up a 3.
Once again, awfully tough shot.
And Morrison got the rebound. Turner poked it to her, and South Oldham with the ball, and they're going to call time.
I somehow can't think that that's the shot that Spencer wanted. They got it inside, but were quick to reverse the ball through the base. First of all, the baseline pass across the lane is awfully tough. It's not a high percentage pass. They were fortunate to get that through, but I'm not sure on the shot.
She was open out there.
Yep.
And Turner with the deflection. You think they should have gone through Reichenbach?
Well, I go back to that old adage. Sometimes there's a reason why you're open. No offense, but, I want the ball in the hands of the person I feel the most comfortable. That may be. Coach sees them every day in practice. Who am I to question if that's what they drew up?
Ella Brown and Davy Reichenbach, both outstanding players having dynamic seasons. And for the moment anyway, Spencer down a point again. Any subsequent foul will mean 2 South Oldham free throws.
Well, Chris, Spencer's only scored 2 points in the last 4 minutes of this quarter. And, we got to a situation I really felt like they were playing not to lose. And that sends mixed signals to your kids.
Bears with 3 points in this quarter. They had 41 entering the fourth, so 3 points in the first 7.5 minutes.
Well, if you remember, at 5:25, they started to try to hold the ball. Try to get a good steal or make a foul.
There's Turner, the 8th grader, and back to the line she'll go.
Well, they're playing the percentages. They're playing the young one, fouling the young one, but with South Oldham, you might pick and choose. They've got quite a few young ones out there.
Turner at 56%. One of her last 2. Of course, either way, this will still be a 1-possession game.
Well, most coaches, in their mind, do not want the other team's best player or second best player to beat you. If you're going to give somebody the shot, you're going to give it to at least percentage-wise. And right now, that part, she's now 1 out of 3.
A lot of pressure on that young lady. Got that one, though.
Got to drive it.
There's Mills in the forecourt. It's a play on, at least for now. Reichenbach down low.
Good call.
8th team foul.
Went right into Reichenbach, no doubt about it. Young tried to establish position, but the out official right on the play called it the block and immediately signaled 1-and-1.
Let's take another look at that, Gary. What do you think here? Let's watch that, and as they set things up here, let's cue that up. Well, cue that up one more time before she shoots these free throws.
Well, what you look for, did the offensive player put her shoulder into her? And I don't think she did. She has the right to turn. And now she's got to step up there and make both free throws.
12.8 left.
And now they've decided they've given her the ball and the scores. Now we're going to talk about possessions.
See if we can zoom in at the scores table, please. There we go. Thank you. So officials out of the 13th region. This has got to drive you crazy as a coach.
Well, yeah, I'm a little upset. That should have been taken care of. You hand the ball to the free throw shooter, she's in the act of shooting, then they blow the horn again. That's just another distraction to the shooter.
Now, Reichenbach's been through the wars before as a senior. What are they talking about over there?
I don't know if it goes back to
Here we go. Back to the foul line, please. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. So Davey with 2.
Well, the possession arrow shows Spencer County now. I don't know if you can see it, Chris, the official standing there, but
Good observation.
yeah, I think one of their assistant coaches on the Spencer bench caught it.
Tied with 12.8, and a Spencer timeout. Continue that thought, Coach.
Well, I think once again, one of the assistants from Spencer immediately went to the bench. This has been about a minute since we talked about that maybe the possession arrow didn't switch, and it switched now. So, jump ball, that goes to Spencer. So with 12.8 seconds, you never know. Now, if you're South Oldham, what I like, take it to the hole. Interesting if Spencer's going to let them come to link. Good. I like seeing them bring the defense up.
Natalie Betts and Grace Turner back.
Token pressure.
Here comes Betts.
Watch Young. May not be the first shot, but she's athletic enough to get the second.
Betts has a path to the basket and puts it in. And a quick timeout with 2.1. Natalie Betts, and no one stopped the ball.
Well, they had a back cut set up for Young, who was actually open, but Betts had her person beat, just took it to the hole. Well, not known as a driver because of the knee injury that she suffered. She's more have been a spot three-point shooter. She kind of changed the books there, took it right to the rack.
Timeout will be allotted to Spencer, so both teams with one timeout remaining. 2.1 left, length of the floor.
You really don't have time to throw it to half court and then call another timeout. But you're going to have to make a pass somewhere in the vicinity of the half court where you can get one or two dribbles and a shot. You really don't have a chance for two passes. It's going to have to be long pass, catch, turn, and shoot. Now, there is old sucker play. If you put a person on the ball, you try to run the defender off of a blindside screen to get a foul. And, a lot of coaches have that in their arsenal. You don't see it very often, but if there's a person on the ball, that immediately. A lot of times they'll put their biggest person on the ball. So let's take a look.
2 tenths were added, 2.3 left.
Should be baseline out of bounds, yes. And no one on the ball. Okay, I like that. If you're South, you play off their shoulder, you make them come to the ball and catch it. There it is at half court.
Basham. And they're not going to get a shot off, and South Oldham is moving on. South Oldham all the way back from 9 down. A program-defining win over the Bears. What was the intent on that last Spencer possession?
Well, it was to catch it at midcourt, turn, and hit a wing. It's not the old Valpo play, but similar. You just don't have time to make the second pass. She would have been better catching, turning, taking one dribble, and letting it fly.
Congratulations to Gene Heffington and the South Oldham Dragons. Dragons moving on to the semifinal on Friday night. They'll await the winner of Game 2 between Simon Kenton and Owen County. Lots to get to tonight. We'll interview Coach Heffington, also chat with our most outstanding player. Then we'll transition to Game 2. South Oldham by 2 on Glycod.
Winter is coming, The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection-style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices. Every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, an inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Watts Home Center. Whether it's building, restoring, or improving your home, visit the experts at Watts, 2350 Commerce Parkway in LaGrange. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home.
South Oldham victorious, coming from 9 points down in the third quarter to defeat Spencer County 48-46. Hats off to Gene Heffington and crew, Gary.
Well, the big change, Chris, first of all, South changes to the man, and in doing so, they limit Spencer to 5 points, throughout that last part of the game, and that's the difference. South wasn't burning the world up offensively, but when they went defensively, they did a good job slowing down Spencer, and they picked themselves up offensively, became much more aggressive. And I sit here and I look at some of these stats. South 9 of 17 from the floor in the second half, and it's because they took better shots. And Spencer only 5 of 17 the second half.
Well, we will say that some of those stats unofficial, but we think pretty accurate. But South Oldham making big shots. Madison Young very consistent from start to finish tonight.
Well, we talked about before the game, she's one of the key players, and she gets a lot of the stuff that she gets through athletic ability. She's a slasher. She'll go get you a rebound off the board, stick it back in, and a player like that, you can tell your team to prepare for it, but it's hard to.
From a Spencer County perspective, this has to be a very, very difficult loss. Had this game in the hand, but you talked about it, really played differently in the second half, especially the last few minutes of the game.
Well, I don't know if the message got through to the players, this is how we want to play. You don't want to use excuses. They were without a starter. And, you know, when you have to change on the fly a lot of times, you don't always get what you practiced. You know, my heartfelt condolences for them. Tough loss. You know, you lose a starter and you still play your hearts out. But I think in the end, the best team ended up winning.
Take a break, be back, have the most outstanding players, one student athlete from each team. We also hope to catch up with Coach Gene Heffington. South Oldham by 2, moving on. We'll be right back after this on Glycod.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. We'll take a picture of your shirt. Tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net. For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Tonight's most outstanding player is presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly, Ella Brown of Spencer County, Madison Young of South Oldham. Now let's check in with Don Mueller. He's with our Gene Heffington.
This is Don Mueller with Glycod Media, and I'm here with the head coach of the South Oldham Lady Dragons, who won the opening game tonight of the 8th Region, defeating Spencer County. Coach Gene Heffington. Coach, congratulations on one heck of a ball game.
Thank you very much. Our kids did a great job. They stayed in the game. They never gave up. They fought, and it just flipped it around. So a lot of respect for Coach Howey in Spencer County. And I was telling the kids, in the 8 years I've been here, it's the first time we've beaten them. So we were overdue, I guess. But what a great game either way.
Well, Coach, I got to tell you, from my notes that I have, they led the whole ball game until about 4:30 to go in the fourth period. And you guys hit a basket, take the lead. Then it kind of seesawed back and forth. Came down to the final shot. Yeah, they missed it.
Well, I mean, that happens, you know. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. But our kids, we've had several games like this down the stretch, and they've responded. They haven't given up. They've stayed in the game, and real proud girls, they just won't quit.
Coach, the effort was great. Your effort was great tonight. Just you got to be proud of them. I'm telling you, I enjoyed watching it. One heck of a ball game. Now we're going to get the star player in here, Madison Young. Okay, Coach.
Okay,
she's a freshman, right?
She is a freshman.
All right,
yes, sir.
thank you.
Right,
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations, Madison.
Thank you.
Madison Young. I do not have the point totals, okay? But I know you hit quite a few, okay? It's some big free throws down there at the end. Great job, young lady.
Thank you.
Tell me what you were thinking out there late in that ball game. How were you for a freshman? This is amazing poise. So tell me what was on your mind there.
I mean, the whole game plan is win or go home. We can't disappoint the person sitting next to us. We just had to go and win, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to come in and set the tone going into the first game for the region, so we just had to do that.
Well, you got to be proud of you and your team. It was very much of a team effort. You young ladies worked extremely hard, and you came out on top. Spencer led most of the game, but you never quit. You had an opportunity. You fall 8 behind. You were down, I think, 8 going into the fourth quarter. Came back and pulled it out and outscored them by something like 11-5. Great job.
Thank you.
Now you move on to the next round.
Yep.
Enjoy this one. Okay,
Yep.
I got to ask you a question. One more question. I ask all my players. Do you have a pregame ritual?
Pre-game ritual?
Like listen to a certain playlist? Anything?
Before the game starts, I always have to make my first 2 free throws before I go in.
That's a good ritual. Okay, Maddie. Madison.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Okay, Coach. The ball says we got 1 more minute here. Okay, so let's ask another question. Freshman.
Yep.
Have you started all year?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
You've had a great season.
Thank you.
You have. What do you guys? What's your record now? 8 times. It slips
I know
my
we've
mind
lost
right
a few
now.
games.
But you all been tough every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to be proud of your teammates. What are you going to do to celebrate this one?
Oh, well, Coach Huckabee said in the locker room we have 12 hours to celebrate, and then it's just back to work and practice the next day tomorrow. So we just got to come in and work. We're not done yet.
Oh, no. You're right. Every game, 1 game at a time.
Yep.
All right, young lady. Thank you so much.
You.
And congratulations again. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Don. Madison Young, congratulations tonight. Most Outstanding Player presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. South Oldham moves on. We will transition to the second matchup, Simon Kenton and Owen County. That will tip off, as you see, in about 10 minutes from now. More coverage when we come back on Glycod.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices, every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste. Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Game 2, just moments from tip. Simon and Owen as the Simon Kenton Pioneers 16-14 and a new head coach, but the same last name in Stowers. Brendan Stowers doing a great job with his team, Gary.
Well, Brendan, the son of Jeff Stowers, follows in his dad's footplace. He's been around a long time in that program, so we already saw some of the things that he had contributed, but he moves over a seat, and now he's the guy on the proverbial hot seat, if you will, but he's done a good job taking over a team that was continually a perennial regional contender.
This Simon Kenton team should read a 16-14. They're 16-14. And Coach Stowers, Division II All-American in his heyday at NKU. So he's trying to build this program. Certainly some similarities to what they've had before, but doing things in his own way as well.
Very much so. And, you know, they're a big school, and they've got a lot of kids involved in their program. And when you're at a big school and you've got good numbers, that always speaks well.
So Simon Kenton, a regular at this level. They've had so much success, this program, so much success in terms of regional appearances, regional championships. As you take a look at all that backstory, and moved here in 06 from the 8th region, 6-time regional finalist and a 5-time Sweet 16, Gary.
Well, very much so, you know, yet the girls program, for all the success they've had, the boys program still looking for that first one, but as you mentioned, they're really a newbie, if you will, to the 8th region. But the girls, they've had quite a bit of success.
This particular team this season, 2-3 versus the field. They defeated Owen actually on opening night. We'll tell you more about that as this evening bears on, but they defeated Owen on opening night, losing to Grant County twice. And 52 points, 48 on defense. That gives you their margin pretty thin every night.
Yeah, very much so. But what they do have, they have a long bench. They play a lot of kids. And, you know, when it comes tournament time, that's always a benefit. And yet they go up against one of the smaller schools, but a school that every year seems to replace and redo and always very much a contender.
Amy Wesselman, the head coach of Owen County in year 6. So they have continuity with Coach Osborne there all those years, and Amy an assistant for 12 years. And this program, we talked about, it continues to be rock solid, consistent.
Yeah, they do the simple things. You know, it's never rocket science, as it sometimes is made out to be. And they believe in their style of play, and they get their kids to buy in. You know, it's a small community, only school in the county, and girls-wise, they're always a contender in their district.
To all 8th region performers, Gracie Ferguson and Haley Logan. Haley will rain in threes at an astounding clip, so keep an eye on her tonight for Owen County. The Rebels and Pioneers lineups on the other side of this timeout from Glycod.com.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Take a look at your starting lineups presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. A very young lineup for Simon Kenton. Brinley Purnell, all 8th region as an 8th grader, averaging 11 points per game. Emily Eggleston, the lone senior, 6-footer at 8 points and 5 boards. Anna Kelch, a freshman. Haley Webb, a freshman. And also getting the start, fellow freshman Megan Gadzala. Owen will counter with a little bit more experience. Rachel Howard, a junior in the backcourt, along with Zoe Webster, a sophomore. Stefan as well will start. And then we mentioned Logan and Ferguson, the Rebel 1-2 kick, Gary, the 1-2 punch.
Well, you know, it's youth versus experience, but the experience limited in numbers. And I just kind of think that unless Simon gets deer in the headlight looks, I think their numbers will prevail.
Simon Kenton team, as we talked about the series and all the data that we're sent each week. Simon, the upper hand in this series. Pioneers winning on opening night, which really seems like an eternity ago, 69-48. And, of course, the winner will take on South Oldham. If you just joined us, South Oldham comes from 9 down to defeat Spencer County 48-46. Tip-off when we come back to Gallatin County on Glycod.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, an inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
And we welcome you back to Gallatin County. Chris LeBar along with Gary Forrest and Don Mueller patrolling the sidelines. Game 2 tonight, Simon Kenton and Owen County.
I'll tell you what, Chris, this Simon Kenton team looks like a freshman team. And the reason is a lot of them are.
So much youth on the floor, and Owen County quickly in attack mode as Logan puts it in. Haley Logan, 5'10 junior, 14-point an evening score has the Rebels on the board.
Owen County straight man-to-man from the beginning.
Kelch on the bounce. Ever coach a team this young, Gary?
No, sir.
At the varsity
Not
level?
at the varsity level.
Gadzala will funnel it back.
You know, they've even got one that's not even in high school yet.
And then you mix in Eggleston, the senior.
Yeah.
There's a three up top that's going to be a little bit long. And the long rebound poked right to Howard for Owen. As the Rebels +2 early. Nice skip pass to Howard. She's going to trigger a three, and a little bit short there. As Simon Kenton's Brinley Purnell heaves one, nearly backed that baby home. And a foul underneath on Simon Kenton. Will be whistled on Haley Webb. Owen in the half court, been a staple of their success. Very content to do things on that quadrant of the floor.
You know, their goal is to make this a tempo game because of their lack of numbers. And they'll try to play you half court and settle for working for the good shot.
Nice catch by Kylie Steffen. As the Rebels scoring right off the tip on a lay-in from Logan. There's an entry right through Ferguson. And Simon in attack mode. Kelch for a three. And Simon now 0 for 2 from distance, but it's rebounded by Haley Webb.
Webb's father was a all-regional 3 times in a row player at Gallatin County High School.
Gonzalez short, a little short. I remember him.
Solid player. Saw him earlier here at the game tonight. Dwayne Webb. This one time had him in a game where he had 50 points against Owen County.
Foul on Simon Kenton's Anna Kelch. When would he have played, Gary?
Oh, it would have been mid-90s. And there were some really good Gallatin County teams then. And Owen had a good player, and he had 47 that game. So
I'm sure some of our Owenton audience certainly can recall those players.
Yep.
And Owen, again, very deliberate and patient in the half court.
Yep, that's Owen's style.
And stolen away by Kelch.
Kelch really rangy.
And Kelch had a path baseline. She'll wind it around to Gonzalez.
I know there was a Kelch associated with the Cincinnati Reds. I wonder if it's from that family.
Eggleston knocks in a three.
Good looking stroke by Eggleston.
Emily Eggleston, 31% three-point shooter on the year, and Simon +1.
Simon starting to bring the heat a little bit out front.
And a held ball, arrow in favor of the Pioneers.
Well, that's what you can expect to see from Simon. They're not going to let Owen get in a comfort zone and just turn it over on the offensive end. You look for them to start running some doubles to speed up pace of play, which they did just then.
Nice grab underneath. That is Webb. Extra pass and the shot off the mark from Kelch is Owen with numbers. Outlet Steffen. And Steffen angles it home. Kylie Steffen, a 5'9" freshman. And the Rebels by 1.
There was a great official athlete over in Trimble County years ago by the name of James Cornbread Steffen. I gotta think she's got to be related some way.
Baseline jumper, Webb connects.
Webb, good-looking athlete, 10-footer baseline jumper.
Teeter-totter early, Pioneers by 1. As Logan sends it back on top, this is Webster. A little bit long from Zoe. Backside rebound dug out That was Logan. Back over to Webster. Flings one up and got the roll.
Well, the rebound gets them an extra shot at the basket, and they take advantage for the baseline jumper.
So Owen, 3 players on the board, and they lead by 1. Eggleston, nice high-low pass.
Sure was.
And Webb puts it in.
You know, they're going to use their size against Owen, and there was a great example of it.
Stephen has that ball deflect off of Ferguson. I think that length may be bothering Gracie a bit. Turnover at the other end as Webster finds Ferguson. And held ball. Arrow. Actually to Owen, so will be Rebel ball and be Simons next time. Talked a bit about that Rebel bench, Gary, and I know that could be a factor. They do not go very deep.
No, that is going to be a big part of this game. You know, if you play 5-on-5, you give them an opportunity, but Simon's not going to play 5-on-5. They're going to try to play 8-10 players and just wear on you. And I think that's a secret. We're seeing some of that already. The ranginess you mentioned, they just play at a faster clip. Got a little malfunction with his shoe here.
I think we do.
Well, I'm a big proponent. There's a reason why you wear high tops, you know, in basketball, for ankle sprains, and they're constantly coming off.
That was Kelch to have a little gear malfunction. As Owen down a point with possession.
Kelch, nice read.
Deflected away. Kelch knocks it away. And Simon trying to grow this early 1-point lead.
Well, they want to push the pace as well. You know, play offense through your defense.
Riley Flynn on the floor for Simon, 5'8" sophomore. As Ava Slusser goes baseline. Stephen got a hand on that, and that's going to cause the miscue, and out of bounds Owen. Now the Rebels' turn to try to combat this press.
That's Simon. They're going to press you. They're going to push it.
Logan. And a Simon foul. Let's take a quick look at the keys to this game, Gary. We talked about some of these early this morning, and Owen, their success. Grinder and defend the 3.
Very much so. You know, if you're Owen and you're limited in numbers, you've got to run a half-court offense, and you've got to be very efficient. You don't want to beat yourself. And then if you're Simon Kenton, you want to use your numbers that you've got on the bench. You want to extend the game and make it a full-court game. And we've seen some of that here this first half.
Deflected out. It will belong with Owen. Do the Pioneers have too much youth in a big game like this?
I don't think so, because they've been playing all year. You know, what he does, he just got to keep rolling the cylinder and see which one sticks and plays well. You don't have that luxury if you're Owen County.
Ava Slusser called for the foul, so Simon now with 4 fouls in this quarter. Side out underneath. Now Ferguson puts it on the floor. And Owen may be well served to just see if they can hang on to it for the final 30-plus.
Well, they're a grinder half-court team anyway.
Ferguson drives and puts it in.
Yes, gets a call.
And they're going to count that basket.
Well, you can't play behind Ferguson. She's broad. And if you do, you're going to be moving on defense, and she's going to get the benefit of the call on fouls. And that's what happened there.
Oh, they did not count that basket. I beg your pardon. So let's back up a moment. Lead at 7-6. And Owen committing their first foul.
There's that pressure. You know, it just wears on you. Never broke the plane. 5-second call. Just they wear on you. 14.5 to go here in the first.
And Simon by a point in a low-scoring affair. Just 2 seconds left and a long three off the mark from Slusser, and that'll take us to the end of the first. Simon Kenton by 1 over Owen from Gallatin on Glycod.com.
Grange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Pace makes the race, and Simon by 1. Who does the tempo favor right now?
Well, I think it favors Owen. You know, Owen can't win a game that's in the 40s or 50s or 60s. You know, they've got to make it a grinder, as we mentioned earlier. So for them to have this, you know, 1 point, they've got the tempo they want. The key is they've played all 5 of their players.
The Pioneer possession, and Kelch triggers a 3, and a rebound ran down by Zoe Webster of Owen County. Wafted up from Ferguson, and a foul on the Rebels underneath. Second team Rebel foul.
You think about Simon Kenton's uniforms, Chris, they're kind of old school.
They sure are. High-low pass. Webb goes high to get it. And an Owen foul underneath. And you can see their game plan. Size.
Yes. Yep.
Foul on Webster, third team Owen foul this half.
Well, Simon doesn't play a traditional post. They just slash people in and out, you know, and they've got, on paper, better athletes.
Purnell well off the mark. And that rebound gobbled up by Howard of Owen.
Well, right now, Owen is limiting Simon to 1 shot and out. So that's a benefit, obviously, because they lack size.
Pioneers defeated Owen by 22. That was opening night, late November.
Yes.
And the Pioneers with a turnover.
Well, that was a long time ago in basketball years.
Kelch well off the mark, and rebound secured by Howard as Owen tries to retake this lead.
Once again, back out front, spread the floor, and start to grind it. They'll run set patterns, but they won't get in any hurry.
And Logan had a path to the basket and called for the turnover.
So she had her man beat, only to lose the ball and catch up on a double dribble.
You talked about not getting in any hurry. It does take a lot of discipline, I would think, for Owen in the half court.
It does, but that's a style they've played there for years, and they're accustomed to it. Beat yourself, you lose.
Eggleston well wide with that three. We've seen several Pioneer threes long.
Well, apparently they have the green light because they've chucked a bunch of them up.
Stephen, a great pass underneath, and the layup kissed in for Ferguson.
Just so much different how each team are playing.
We're going to have a Pioneer timeout as Coach Jeff Stowers elects to stop play.
Well, I'm sure he's not satisfied, and he's going to have to find ways to speed them up. And right now, Owen is in that comfort zone the way they're playing.
Tech 24 has opportunities in equipment repair and maintenance. If you'd like to learn more, visit mytech24.com. Available jobs in Louisville and throughout Central Kentucky. So Simon by a 1-point deficit. The winner takes on South Oldham. It defeated Spencer County 48-46 in a great game earlier. Dragons coming from 9 down in the second half to win that game. And in the bottom bracket, we'll have 2 more games tomorrow night. Grant County, Carroll County, followed by North Oldham and Anderson County.
Well, many people would argue the most balanced of the regional brackets is this top bracket. But we saw that in the first game, that's for sure.
Sure did. This one has all the makings of a tight one as well. Here's Eggleston. Pass to Kelch. They'll dump it down low to Webb, and a well-executed play, Coach Stowers.
Well, once again, that's where their success lies. Full court press, still trying to speed up Owen.
Webb now with 6. A long Ferguson jumper swirls in. So Gracie Ferguson with 5 in succession, and Owen by 2. And just like that, the Rebels commit a foul, trying to stay in front of Purnell.
Well, it's ironic. We can see from up here how one team really wants to push play and the other team not so much in a hurry. 2 distinct different styles.
Brinley Purnell, all 8th region, is an 8th grader. Talked about that earlier. 49 made threes on the year. We'll catch up with former Pioneer head coach Jeff Stowers at halftime. He'll chat with our Don Mueller. I'm sure Jeff watching tonight with certainly a keen eye. Stephen triggers one. Got it, 2 in a row for the Rebels. Stephen, her 34th 3 of the year. That leads Owen County from distance as Eggleston flings it around. Gadzala long. And the Rebels secure a contested rebound as Logan in traffic.
You know, Owen doing a really good job, 1 and out for the Pioneers.
How about that shot by Howard? Rachel Howard, her first field goal. All 5 Rebels have scored. Purnell flings one. And there's Webb to clean it up. Gadzala probing. Backside rebound collected by Howard, and Owen will hang on to it. Deflected out off of a Pioneer. Looked like Gadzala got a hand on it as 2 more Pioneers come in, one of whom is junior Ava Slusser.
Once again, full court man-to-man. by the Lady Nears, trying to force up tempo.
There is Webster. A little bit long there from Stefan as she paraded in the lane, and it will be out of bounds to the Rebels on the dead ball rebound. Well executed play inside.
A little zip cut. Caught the Nears back on their heels defensively. Never saw the ball go right by her ear.
That's Logan. And the Rebels have outscored Simon Kenton 12-4.
Executing very well on offense
in this quarter. So +8 in the quarter. Now Owen leads by 7.
Well, what this style of play that Owen does, it takes the larger crowd here tonight, the Simon Kenton crowd, it takes them out of the game. They're sitting on their hands.
Off with that 3. And the Rebels trying to
they shoot a lot of threes.
Improve this lead.
One shot and out.
Now Howard funnels it over to Stefan.
Looking for Ferguson to roll down the lane here in a minute.
New look Owen team without All 8th Region player Lexi Moore that graduated last year.
There she was.
They haven't missed a beat.
Got what they wanted.
Purnell banking one in.
I don't know if she called that one or not.
And the lead at 4. Well, they've only got that a 2-point field goal on the scoreboard. We'll try to confirm that.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Toe on the line, Gary?
Yes.
Okay. So the lead at 5 and the turnover. There's Purnell through contact, and at the foul line she'll march. See if we can get another look at that 3-point field goal, or that long 2 rather, by Purnell. As Brinley to the foul line for a couple. And the lead now at 4. And a timeout as well. So then Owen County stop. And a 30-second break for us as well on Glycod.com. 4-point game late in the second quarter. And Gary and I will have more after this on Glycod.
Outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection-style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices. Every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Four-point Rebel lead late in quarter 2 as we welcome you back to Gallatin County, host site for the girls' 8th Region Basketball Tournament. And Brinley Purnell back for one more Pioneer free throw.
Well, you would expect by now, Chris, that Simon would have a little success of turning the Owen County bunch over, but give Owen credit. They've done a good job of getting the ball through the pressure that they constantly are seeing.
Purnell with 5 quick ones for the Rebels and the lead at 3. And a turnover.
Well, I spoke too soon for him.
That's Bella Ober, the 7th grader, that captured the turnover, and then the Pioneers throw it away. And Zoe Webster a little loose with that ball, tried to evade the defender. And the Pioneers can tie this game with a 3. It's going to deflect out off of Webster. Rebels thus far yet to go to their bench. So all 5 have gone the distance here in this first half. And a travel on Adeline Bombs that's out there, the 6-foot junior. I think Coach Stower is just trying to find the right combination.
He's throwing bodies at them. 2-2-1 pressure. They've turned them over 2 out of the last 3 times.
And a Pioneer personal. Should be 2 free throws coming up for All 8th Region performer Haley Logan.
Well, you can't beat yourself. You got to make free throws and not turn the ball over if you're Owen.
And that one will pop off, as you see.
Whole new platoon coming in.
Good word.
Simon just continuing to throw bodies at Owen County with 16 seconds to go here in this second quarter.
Rebels do go to their bench. Addie Bowling, a junior, is on. And 2 missed free throws there, 2 big misfires. As the lead stays at 3. Gadzala at 3. Who wants to take the big shot? It's in for Kelch. And that's going to tie this game at the half. Anna Kelch, a big 3. And Simon Kenton with 8 straight, Coach, to close the second quarter.
Well, we started to see a little bit of the crack, if you will. You know, Owen turning the ball over, making 2 turnovers the last 3 possessions, and on the 3rd possession, missed 2 free throws, just like a turnover. So they opened the door, and everything was going the way they wanted until the last 2 minutes. I just think it's wearing on them, Chris. They're throwing numbers at them.
Tied at 18. We'll be back after this on Glycod.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people. Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by LaGrange Service Center, a family-owned car repair shop that also offers 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, celebrating their 58th year in business.
A tight game at Gallatin County High School, 18 apiece. Simon Kenton and Owen County now. A very familiar face. Jeff Stowers is with our Gary Forrest.
Well, I'm here today with former Simon Kenton coach Jeff Stowers. Coach, we're sitting right here. We'll compete with the band, but, first year out of coaching, your son takes over. How are you adjusting?
Oh, great. No bus rides, no cold bus rides. Practice. I'm still on staff with him, but I do all the kind of behind-the-scenes stuff, senior night stuff, get the banquet together, alumni night, so that all he has to do is focus on coaching. He's got a young group of girls and, put all his energy toward that, so I figured this first year I could at least help him out with that.
Coach, this might be the youngest varsity team I've ever seen in a regional tournament, and hats off. I mean, I can only imagine, it's a growing period for both the team and your son, even though he's on your bench for years. So, you guys have traded seats and such, but how is he adjusting to things?
Well, it was great for me to, step out when I did because, he's got those younger girls that he communicates with a lot better than my old head. And I thought it was a good time for him to take over. COVID year was kind of bad, and I was ready to go then, but I couldn't go out the way we went out then. And he was ready. He was more than ready, so turned it over to him. And I think he's doing a good job. Everything's going to bode well for him in the next couple years.
Well, we're playing in this David and Goliath game here. You guys in the big school, you're playing against a very well-coached Owen County school, but they're really limited numbers. And we started to see that late in the second quarter when your numbers started to wear on them.
Yeah, we played multiple girls. You come to practice and you put your time in, you're going to play. You determine how much time you're going to play by how well you perform in practice. And he's not afraid to go down through the bench to find somebody that really wants to get after it and play hard and spell the other girls. Like I said, I don't think they subbed the whole first half, and he subbed quite a bit. And I think in the end, it's probably going to give him an advantage in the end. We just got to hit some shots.
Well, Coach, I got a two-pronged question for you. What do you miss the most about the coaching? And the second part is, what don't you miss the most about coaching?
What was the second question again?
The second question was, what do you not miss the most about getting out of coaching?
Well, to answer the first question, I miss being around the girls, and it's not about the basketball. It's about the life lessons that they're going to learn, that they're able to use when they get out of basketball, when they're competing for jobs, when they're competing for other things in life. They learn this through basketball, and like I said, and he knows it as well. My son does. That it's not about basketball. We're teaching basketball, but that's a vehicle to get to where you need to go at in life and be ready for the things that are going to be thrown at you. And to answer your second question, I don't miss the bus rides. I don't miss coming out to a cold bus and the day-to-day grind. I've got grandkids that I'd rather spend my time with now.
Coach, what a great answer for both questions.
Thank you, guys. Gary Forrest along with Coach Jeff Stowers. Take a quick break. Second half when we come back on Glycod.com.
Look
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back to Gallatin County High School. Can't get any closer than this, Gary. Tied at 18.
No, but I tell you what, if you're watching the clock the second half, if you're an Owen County fan, you know, you're going to really be tested. I really thought fatigue started to show. They only play 5 kids. You know, Simon Kenton's going to throw 10, 12 kids after you keep fresh bodies on the floor.
Again, the winner will take on South Oldham in semifinal number 1 on Friday night. 6 o'clock start. South Oldham defeating Spencer County earlier 48-46.
Well, we thought this top bracket here in the regionals was going to be really balanced, and it's shown itself so far through 3 halves.
Webster on the bounce. There's a skip pass. Stefan lines up a 3 and banks it in.
Oh, boy, I don't know if she called that one, but she'll take it for sure. Back to the man-to-man on the half for Owen, and that's risky when you don't have a bench.
Thus far, the Rebels not really in any dire foul trouble, but things certainly fluid.
Well, you know, they're 9 for 14 the first half, and yet they're only tied.
Purnell shot off, leaking out is Stefan. And Stefan fumbles it forward. It's scooped up by Eggleston of Simon Kenton.
Owen cannot afford to turn the ball over.
Kelch connecting on a 3.
And, you know, Simon is going to shoot threes and shoot them, and they're going to shoot them uncontested. Continuing to pressure the ball.
There's Ferguson surrounded up top, and
there's
stepping right in the passing lane is Kelch, and Webster coming back to prevent the easy layup.
Well, you don't think that Coach Stowers in the dressing room at halftime said we need to turn up the heat here in the second half, and we've seen it the last 2 possessions.
There you see Webster accelerating back.
See, I just see it. You know, Webster handles the ball so much. I mean, she's a tough little cookie, but I just see it wearing on her. And, it can wear on people. Chris, a lot of times people think physically, but, mentally it wears on them. You throw a pass you knew you shouldn't have. You dribble when you shouldn't have.
And Owen digs out the loose ball.
Full court pressure. Webster still handling the ball.
There's Stefan, and all that length by Welch, able to secure that errant pass.
Turnover number 3 here early in the third quarter.
And the pace is starting to pick up as well.
It is. We're seeing the tempo change, and that favors Simon Kenton.
Left wing 3 off from Purnell. As Purnell.
One thing Simon didn't do is they did not, I thought, rule the boards because of their size and their numbers.
There's Gonzalo with a crafty
nice
pass
cut.
Down low.
Nice set play for the overthrow for the easy bucket.
As Owen down 3, a strong drive, and 2 free throws looming for Haley Logan. As Owen with a rare opportunity in transition, and Logan making it a 2-point deficit. 5 points now unofficially for Haley. Purnell veering right.
Illegals, yep.
Sure was. Moving screen up top on Webb.
Easy call because it's right out in the middle of the floor and you have nowhere else to hide. And you blame a lot of that on your point guard. Purnell got in a little bit of a hurry before Webb could get there and set the screen.
Like the look of Stefan as a freshman. Doesn't play like a 9th grader.
No.
Baseline jumper, Ferguson, a little bit short. I'm not sure she's really into the flow of this game just yet.
No, the tempo, when it gets fast, sometimes she gets lost.
There's Purnell, entry to Webb. Nice reversal. There's Kelch on the drive. And the arrow in favor of Simon Kenton. Purnell nudges it to Kelch in the near corner. A really nice ball movement here in this half-court sequence.
They really don't take advantage of their post-up people is the thing, Chris. They've got great size. Nice pass by the little guard.
Purnell threading the needle underneath, and Ferguson out with it for Owen County.
Well, maybe that's why they don't throw the ball inside.
This game has been within about 4 points through the duration. Nice catch by Stefan, and an even better grab by Howard.
Yeah, but the problem is every one of those passes is an almost pass.
Here's Logan, and a miscue and a travel.
See, and it ends up, you're skating on the edge if you're Owen right now. You got to get this game back where you want, slow it down a little bit.
And meanwhile, the Pioneers continue to shuffle in bodies. Slusser is back in.
You know, coach and his staff are very aware that this is the way they have to play. To offset their youth, we're just going to throw bodies at you. And in the case of Owen, they don't have but 5 really that are going to play.
Riley Flynn, the sophomore, newly inserted, will handle it up top. And that ball pinballed around, I believe Stephen ricocheted that right to Ferguson. And Owen in semi-transition. And a post entry intended for Howard.
Turnover,
scooped away.
Number 5, and if you're Owen, you can't make those turnovers.
There's a baseline jumper that's out. And Ferguson with a rebound, and a Pioneer foul coming up the floor. Be a third team foul. And Simon will send on freshman Ella Smith. I think she might be the 11th or 12th Pioneer to play. And a very well-called timeout by Amy Wesselman, spotting a potential turnover.
Well,
she'll stop play.
Yeah, coach took one for the team there. They were in trouble. She knew it. And the timeout to the rescue. But you can only use a few of those for those things.
2 more games here tomorrow night. Rick Reams, Don Mueller will join me as we got the doubleheader. Grant and Carroll followed by North Oldham and Anderson. And then Gary and I will rejoin you Wednesday for Grant and North Oldham and Owen and Woodford on the boys' side. What do you look for this year at Henry County?
Well, I think right now you've got quality teams, but one that stands out above the rest, and that's North Oldham. And after seeing the success they had last Friday night against Oldham, a good Oldham County team, right now they're on a mission. They got there last year to the state tournament, and almost all the kids back, and they're playing like a team on a mission with a purpose.
4 interesting matchups. Dylan Hammond's course of Grant County, all those points, 25, 28 a game.
The best unknown player in the state.
Then you've got Owen and Woodford. Woodford finally at full arsenal. And Tegan Moore leading their brigade of Owen as the 8th region player of the year. So should be 2 great matchups.
Well, Woodford's got their big one back, but he's far from being 100%. The question is, can they be successful at that rate?
Jasper Johnson and all those key players. And Owen, well drawn up, coach, out of the timeout.
Well,
and Owen with a lead.
Saved them from the trap and got them a bucket on the offensive end. That's a 2 for 2.
Ferguson with 7 in the third quarter. Teeter-totter as Owen leads by 1. Slusser off the mark. And Owen with a key stop. Now Logan spinning in everything but the basket as Slusser staves off the defense for the rebound. Nice move, but well off the mark.
Slusser with a Euro step, but I think she got an extra step in there. I'm not sure if that was a Euro-Asian step.
Far sideline, it's secured by Howard, and she'll skip it to Stephen. Launches a 3. Oh, my! The freshman reining in a huge 3. And the Rebels with a response. That one's off from Ella Smith. And Owen County now trying to go up by 6 as Logan pitches it up and draws a foul.
I tell you, Chris, Simon, for everything that they have in the youth, they've had a lot of great looks and continue to settle for the long-range shots. Now, maybe we haven't seen them enough, and they hit those shots earlier, but they have missed a ton of wide open shots.
Haley Logan for 2 free throws, and the lead at 5. Logan unofficially now with 7.
Here comes another fresh 5 for Simon Kenton. So he's just throwing them. He's throwing bodies at them to wear them down.
Pulling a Dean Smith. It's Jeff Stowers.
That's amazing.
Excuse me, Brendan. Knew we were going to do that.
Yep. It was a matter of time. I look over at the bench, and all 5 players that just went out, they're lined up at the water cooler.
Owen by 6.
Owen's got to make free throws.
There's Kelch. Winding to her left, and a hard-earned bucket. Kelch with 8 in the quarter, and the lead at 4. Stepping in the passing lane, that's Eggleston.
Turnover number 6 leads directly to a basket. There's that fresh 5. Officials letting them play on this end. That's got to favor Simon Kenton.
Not sure Owen wants to shoot before a few seconds left. Stephen does, though, and it swirls off. Ferguson rebound. And Logan clobbered underneath. Rebels play a little bit different. Ferguson really not the focal point of their offense tonight.
Not really. And, sometimes the game gets a little fast for Ferguson, but her teammates have to realize that and slow it down and give her time to get where she needs to be.
Logan for 2.
As mentioned earlier, they've got to make free throws. Every point that they have an opportunity to take advantage of, and here they've missed 2 out of the last 3.
60% free throw shooting team as a group are the Rebels.
I'm not sure they're shooting it that well tonight, Chris.
And Simon with a ball with under 10 in this third. 3 up top, well off the mark. Rebound snatched by Stephen. And that's going to conclude quarter number 3. Owen by the same margin. And we'll be right back on Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Chris Labar, Gary Forrest, Don Mueller back live at Gallatin County High School. 3-point Rebel lead.
Here comes the trap.
Stephen with a great fake, but couldn't complete it.
Stephen's taking shots, but she's got to be making shots.
Only the second team Rebel foul.
Well, once again, they're very well schooled. They know they have a limited bench, limited fouls, but as we get into this fourth quarter, things could change in a heartbeat. Owen's got to make free throws to continue to control the pace.
Eggleston with a path baseline, and it just does rattle out. We've got a foul underneath, so 2 quick Owen fouls to start this fourth quarter. Haley Logan called as Eggleston for a pair. Wonder what it's like for her, Gary, a senior, and looking through the roster, they do have one junior, Slusser, in the rotation, but the rest are 8th graders, 7th. She's a little bit older than all these girls.
She may be the most popular girl on the team, though, because she's got her driver's license.
2-point Owen lead. Eggleston with a timely free throw.
Back to the half-court grind.
Steffen dumps it down low to Howard. Flop, no call, and Logan pitches it in with the left.
Good no call. Thought the official was right on top of things.
Shot rims in for Purnell. Maybe that'll get her going at Tat. She's got 7.
Shot it like she owned it, though. I like that out of the young one.
And Logan in the right place at the right time.
I tell you what, though, Chris, it's a matter of time. You know, that whole possession was and you could just see it wearing on them. They can't beat themselves.
I think Amy Wesselman's going to have to coach these ladies, these girls, through this win.
Well, I think she does a great job, and this is what they see a lot of times night in, night out when they play bigger teams, and they've raised their play to the level this year. But this one is a challenge for them.
Owen, winners of the All-A 8th region this year. Lost in the state quarterfinals to Holy Cross of Covington. And resting on 20 wins, 20-10. And Simon at 16-14. That's Gonzalo around the pike to Kelch.
I look for him to go back into Webb. She can get the ball anytime she wants on the block. There's an example.
Couldn't finish, though.
Yep.
And Simon, in pursuit of that rebound, picks up foul number 6. Been a while since we've called Webb's name. She had a lengthy stay on the bench, but a great entry, just couldn't knock it in. As Owen negotiating this full court press. Webster well off to the right. Not sure that's the shot the Rebs had in mind.
Right.
Purnell applying the break. Kelch, a strong drive and a tie game. Now Logan parading into forecourt. In the freshman, Steffen with a big bucket. Purnell answers.
This is not the pace you want if you're Owen, though.
7th team foul on Simon.
Got to make those free throws now. Everybody knows except for this one official here.
Owens Addie Bowling, a junior, played about 30 seconds in the second quarter at the tail end of the second quarter. That's been the lone Rebel substitution tonight.
Well, you know what her claim to fame is? She's their top sub.
Zoe Webster for a 1-and-1. 60% foul shooter.
Tell you what, she's done a workmanship job tonight. She's handled the ball 80% of the time against single and double team.
2 big ones there.
Yep. If you're that point guard, It's an excellent job.
See what Simon can do as we slide under 5. Purnell with a crease.
Yep.
And a tie game.
Their 8th grader at a point guard says, I'll see you and I'll match you. Watch from the pick Stetham next time she reverse dribbles. There it was.
Riley Flynn with a great pass, and Purnell knocks it home. And an Owen timeout, down 2, under 5. And we're back in just a moment on Glycod.com.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Simon by 2, 4:37 left. And a big turnover. You called it, Gary.
Yeah, it's wearing on them. So what you got to do, a great timeout. Get your kids settled down if you're Owen. Let's get back in our pace and play our game. It's easier said than done. It's like working an 8-hour shift and you've worked 7 hours and 50 minutes.
Got to power through, got to finish it strong.
Yep. So once again, might be a new 5, but same old pressure coming from Simon.
How will Owen respond against this full court press?
Well, not killing your dribble is what you don't want to do.
Logan going to draw a lot of attention over there. Now Ferguson, you would think, would want the ball laid, and that ball off the shoe top of Webster, and Owen will catch a fortuitous break. A foul on Simon.
Now Ferguson with an ill-advised pass. They were very fortunate. You know, it almost looked like she got the ball out front, but she didn't want to handle it.
So Webster connected on her last 2. She'll have another 1-and-1.
But what we're having, we're trading out, and trading out is not going to win for Owen.
Webster made 3 in a row.
Let's not forget that the 8th grade point guard from Simon is retaliated every time that Owen has scored here the last 3 possessions.
And the lead at 1. As Kelch finds that 8th grader.
Got to make your free throws and got to control the ball. And don't beat yourself. Those are the simple things that Owen has to do. Simply said, but not always easy to do.
Purnell veering left.
Not sure Webb wants it out there. Kelch not bashful.
Kelch triggers one up top, nearly banked that in. And the rebound snatched by Logan.
Not a good place to kill your dribble.
Now Stephan, oh my,
got
travels.
Jump stop. Yep.
Playing a little too fast.
Well, it just wears on you, Chris, and we're starting to see a little of that with Owen. Look at a lot of them reaching down, grabbing their pant legs. You know, they're tired physically.
There's Flynn near sideline, on top Webb.
See, that's not where Webb wants to be with the ball. You know, let's get her back in and on the block if you're Simon.
Owen possession momentarily. We'll have the most outstanding player at the conclusion of this game presented by State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilley. Also, Don Mueller will interview the winning head coach with just over 3 left. There's Ferguson. Howard floats it in. The complimentary players for Owen have played very well tonight, and a quick answer by Simon.
That's the problem, Chris, that we've talked about. As hard as Owen has to work to score, Simon has been able to immediately come right back down and score quickly. You know, and that's a fatigue factor.
And a big three-point trip for the Pioneers. And we'll see if Owen can mount a response. 2:41 to play. And a Rebel timeout.
I like this timeout. Her team needs it right now.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break. Live tonight at Gallatin County High School. 2 great games on Glycod.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Two points. Simon Kenton lead. Owen possession with 2:39 to play, Gary.
Well, we talked about this would be a game of different styles. And for the longest time, Owen's style has won out. But it's kind of like that guy winning that long-distance race. He can see the finish line, but can he get there? And he's running low on fumes.
Rachel Howard, the junior, to nudge it in play. Nice draw out of the timeout. Logan with the catch. And 2 free throws coming up. I think she made that harder than it had to be.
Yeah, probably should have went ahead and shot it early and kind of got caught in between, and really is fortunate to have the foul call. But you got to make the free throws now. You know, they can't miss.
2 free throws looming. 9th team foul on Simon.
You can't swap out 2 for 1, not at this point. Got to slow them down here. The little point guard has really hurt him. I might bait Kelch into a jump shot because, you know, she's cocked and ready to fire.
Purnell underneath Webb. Veering right.
Well, there's your 3. Yeah. Tough shot. You know, and gets the bucket. You know, and this is 2 3-point opportunities in a row for Simon. Webb looked pretty good at the line. I was thinking about maybe she's won the foul later on, but
get the sense this might be a must score for Owen. Still plenty of time left, but the Rebels down 3 as Ferguson tries to take over. Howard for a 3, oh my, well long, and the rebound gobbled up by Webster. And over and back, apparently. I don't know.
The ball was shot. It hit the backboard. I don't think it touched anybody else's hands, so it would have been the last possession. Owen, and no one else touched it until their player caught it in the backcourt.
Let's take a look, Gary.
You don't see it often, but I think the call is correct.
Let's take a look. That's that long 3. It ricocheted underneath as the 3 officials are chatting.
What he's going to say, no one else touched it. That's a very odd call, but this is where it can get away from you if you're Owen. You hit it. They had to get points on that possession. But now you haven't fouled enough.
Entry deflected away, but Simon's going to hang on to it. Been two well-played games tonight.
Webster is on her like stick 'em. A 5 count.
Sure was.
You know, not only to play that good a defense, but do it without fouling. And if she'd fouled, she would have taken that, but wow.
Pitch back in play, and I think Owen just playing too fast there, and an astute timeout by Coach Stowers. He sensed his group in disarray, and a 30 Pioneer stop.
9 turnovers the second half for Owen. You know, that may be their damnation. You know, you just can't turn it over. Every possession has to be cherished when you're challenged offensively.
But back to that backcourt violation on the missed three, you do think that was the correct call?
I do think it's the correct call. You just don't see it. I mean, there's no shot clock, so the last person to touch the ball in the offensive front court was the shooter, the Owen shooter. So it hits the backboard, it comes off, and no one touches it in between until it hits their player in the backcourt. So that's an over and back possession. It's just, I've been in this game a long time, and I don't know if I've ever seen that occur.
Rebels 5 team fouls, keep that in mind.
Well, they've got to foul a couple more, you know, to play the swap out line on the line. Thinking ahead about who to foul. Webb looked pretty good on the free throw she just took. Maybe the little 8th grader, but she's played with a lot of confidence. Whoa, wrong hand. Yep.
Foul on Logan, so Owen now 1 away from putting Simon at the line.
So in that timeout, I would have hoped Owen had decided who they were going to try to foul. 15 to me, I'm not so sure. I don't like fouling the point guard. Usually point guards are good free throw shooters, even if she is an 8th grader.
There's Flynn. When do you foul? Oh, well, you don't foul now. Yep. Stolen by Zoe Webster.
Oh, and it rolls out. Oh, my goodness.
And a Webster foul.
Man.
1-and-1 this way as Webster could not connect from the front porch.
Wow. Wide open the layup. And you just had a feeling, you know, when she put it up. Tell you what, she hasn't come out of the game a second.
That one stayed on the rim a beat as well.
Now we got another 8th grader on the line at this end.
Purnell.
I told you, I like the way she plays. And, you know, if you're that point guard, you got to be able to step up there and finish. An 8th grader, senior, makes no difference.
Yeah, you get this sense she's calm.
Simon with a great timeout. Coach Stowers talking to the official when she was shooting the second free throw where he can set things up. He's going to force them to have to play quicker or make a 3.
This Pioneer team been fixtures. They've made it to the regional 17 of the last 18 seasons.
Well, it was always Simon in the north, Anderson in the south for the longest of times. You know, we had the years when Oldham was loaded. You know, you had Oldham that went for consecutive years. But with the division of the Oldhams, that's kind of changed things.
Could have a Simon Kenton South Oldham regional semi on Friday. Those two teams did not play in the regular season. But still 55.6 left, and Owen a 2-trip game. What's the mentality here on this first one?
Well, you're going to take shots that you get. You know, either drive it to the basket or you drive it and kick. Well, Webb may not touch the ball as you're thinking about when you're looking at fouling.
55.6 left. There's the inbound, and Simon with a huge steal.
Turnover.
Kelch will be fouled, and to the line
number 10 turnover in the second half for Owen. Just that, it's mental fatigue. So we got Kelch, who you probably don't want to foul. So you turn it over, and to make things worse, you foul what you probably wouldn't want as far as the shooter.
So Kelch with 10 points in the second half unofficially, but she has been a huge igniter of this Pioneer offense. And just doing enough to stay ahead of Owen.
Yep.
And making some big free throws as well.
Well, you can spot kids that want to be on the line. Kelch is one of those ones. She ran to the line and said, fine, I'll shoot him. Yep. Neither touched the rim.
Pioneers with 4 big free throws in a row.
Soft press, just used to burn time more than anything. Now speeding up play is not so easy for Owen.
Here's 2 points ducked in for Howard. And the lead at 5 with an Owen timeout. So we'll pause for 30 and be right back to Gallatin County after this on Glycod.
Grange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
So the lead at 5, and Simon will inbound. Owen still one more foul before the double bonus. And inbounded to Eggleston, back to Gadzala, and the foul as Eggleston will walk up for 1 and 1. Ninth team foul as Owen will sub in Zoe Webster again. Yes, I believe that was bowling they shuttled out.
Let's see if they get back in the zone. I like what he's doing. He's slowing things down with the press. And
there's Logan weaving her way in for a basket. And Owen going to call their final timeout. Well, you've been on that sideline in similar scenarios. You're out of timeouts, down 3. What do you do?
Well, you're down 3. You don't necessarily have to foul immediately, but what you do want to do is you want to foul the one that you want to put on the line. You don't want to let them dictate who you put on the line. And I don't think the ball is going to get out of the little guard's hands. Or I think Kelch is there too. Those are the two that you probably don't want to foul. He's put his senior back in the game. He must feel pretty comfortable with Eggleston. So you got the other two, and I don't think they're ever going to see the ball.
Zoe Webster forcing a 5-second call on a preceding play. That might be.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to see that again. Wow, almost broke the plane down there.
And Parnell will walk up for 2. It was a tight inbound as we take a look.
Once again, you'll look for Simon to go back, what they've been doing. If they make both free throws, you go 2-2-1. You make them burn seconds, if you will, with only 19 seconds to go.
Again, the winner gets South Oldham Friday in semifinal number 1. South Oldham upended Spencer 48-46.
17 turnovers, though, for Owen, and that's going to be the part of their demise. And when you make those turnovers, you let the game get faster.
Still 19 left. Still a one-trip game. Now it's a two-possession game.
Still can go for the basket. I think the three isn't necessarily needed. I like what they're doing. Drive it to the basket.
Nice find underneath, and Howard got the shot they wanted, would not go in. And I believe Ferguson touched it last. And that just might do it. Simon, fans beneath us on their feet. A gallant effort tonight by Owen. There's Gracie Ferguson. We'll check out.
Well, the Owen community loves their girls basketball, and they're going to stay here to the absolute end.
Such loyal fans. Simon Kenton going to move on. A hard-fought 4-point win as the Pioneers defeat Owen tonight, 50-46. All hugs on that Lady Rebels sideline. And two class coaches, two great programs will meet at the scores table. Pioneers by 4. Our postgame next from Gallatin County on GlyCod.com.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School's student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection-style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices. Every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. We'll take a picture of your shirt. Tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, an inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Watts Home Center. Whether it's building, restoring, or improving your home, visit the experts at Watts, 2350 Commerce Parkway in LaGrange. Watts Home Center, Design that feels like home.
Simon Kenton hangs on, 50-46. Now winning coach Brendan Stowers with our Don Mueller.
Don Mueller here with Glycod. We got Coach Steele, Brendan's Stoller here. Coach, what can I say? Great game. You know, it was tied with 2:30-something to go in the game. About 2:34, it was a tie ball game. And at that point, you opened it up a little bit. But tell me, what was your strategy? And I know you said something that you wore them down.
Yeah, and we like to play fast. We like to push tempo. We like to get up and down. And our job all year long has been, let's push the ball, let's push the pace, let's wear them down. We've been doing this the entire year, entire summer, so let's keep pushing it. This is how we play. And once we get into them and legs start getting heavy, we're still mentally tough and ready to get there. I mean, Owen County did a great job of handling our pressure in the first half, and it was hard to get them going. But in the second half, they allowed us to get up and down a little bit, and that helped us towards the end. And luckily, we had the legs at the end to sink those free throws to seal the deal.
I think that the second half, you did force some turnovers there with your press, and our star of the game, Miss Purnell, had some nice layups there. Let me ask you, were you doing a clear out with her on a few of those? I mean, she went in the fourth quarter and had 3 or 4 layups, just beat her defender off the dribble. Was that a strategy, or did she just recognize that?
Well, we ran that play probably about 3 or 4 times in a row, and we saw they started to overplay that ball screen. So I looked at her during the play, and I told her, I was like, refuse, which means give a fake to the screen and just drive it to the empty side. So that whole backside was emptied out on that particular play with how they were playing us. So, and she sank the layup.
That was a big part of your victory was there because she hit 3 layups in a row.
Absolutely.
And then she nailed, by the way, 7 of 8 free throws too, Coach.
Yeah, that was huge.
For an 8th grader, amazing.
Yeah, we shot 100 free throws the other day at practice. So, I mean, that was literally we had 100 free throws. And, when it comes down to postseason, it's getting defensive stops and making free throws at the end of the games to seal the deal. And we did that tonight.
Coach, I just want to congratulate you again on a great victory and wish you the best of luck the rest of the 8th region here, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll catch up with Brinley Purnell right now. Brinley,
now we get the
grader.
star of the game here, young lady. You can't be an 8th grader now. Seriously. Come on, tell me the truth.
I am.
You're an 8th grader. Well, you play like a senior out there, young lady.
Thank you.
And your name, Briley, is that right?
Brinley
Purnell. Brinley Purnell. I had you unofficially with 17 points, 7 of 8 from the foul line. That's amazing for 8th grade to do that. Plus, we were talking to Coach about your penetration there, driving on the side. Taking it seemed like they were cleared out. You recognize that, or was that called?
It was kind of both. He told me, and I kind of knew when and when not to do it. It was mainly when they weren't in the help side, and it was just my
and you
time to
beat the defender off the dribble 3 straight times. That was, like I told Coach, a critical part of the ball game, fourth quarter, and then you got fouled 3 or 4 times there and made all those free throws. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how are you going to celebrate this?
Oh, well, we're probably going to go and have probably a late night going home, but then we're going to have a good start to play our game on Friday. It's just going to be a good game.
Well, you got to be real proud of yourself. Great
Thank
victory.
you.
It was a hard-fought battle. Last question. I always like to ask the star player of the game, do they have any pregame rituals that they go through? Now, some listen to playlists, some take naps, some do this. Do you have anything that you do before the game?
I just talk with my teammates and get myself in the zone with me and my teammates. We just talk, and then when we're warming up, we pray, and that just gets me really ready for the game.
That's a great pregame, kid. All right, Riley.
Brinley.
Great game, young lady. Congratulations, and
thank you.
Hopefully, guys, you do good in the rest of this region. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, young lady.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Brinley Purnell. We'll be back one more time, take a quick break, preview tomorrow night's action. Gary and I have more after this on Glycod.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices, every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste. Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Putting the finishing touches on night one tonight. Tonight's most outstanding players, Brinley Purnell for Simon Kenton and Kylie Steffen doing a good job tonight for Owen, Gary.
You know, we saw two really good opening round games for the 8th Region girls tournaments here in Warsaw, and kind of both of them up for grabs all the way through, so it's regional tournament time in Kentucky.
Both scores almost replicas, 48-46 South Oldham in game one, Simon 50-46 in game two. Another pair tomorrow night, Carroll Grant and then North Oldham Anderson. How do you see both matchups tomorrow, Gary?
Well, you know, right off the bat, you know, not a lot that people know about Grant County, and so that'll be interesting. And people know a lot about Anderson, the nightcap game, maybe the team to pick, but you never know. It's just all it takes is one game. Been there, done that. And so I saw Anderson's coaching staff here tonight, and I know they understand the importance of having their team, because their team is the one that everybody's hunting. You know, and sometimes it's that surprise team that jumps up and bites you, and before everybody realizes. And then the boys later on in the week.
Going to be a great week. And game one tonight, you look at South Oldham, perhaps an upset maybe to beat Spencer. I don't know, Spencer, perhaps the second top team coming in, although in the same district as Anderson.
I think so. And there was, you know, a player that didn't get to play for Spencer tonight for a variety of different reasons. When you have that happen, that can be very disjointing for your team. And you can't say that it didn't present some problems for them, but give credit where credit's due. I thought South made some adjustments in the first half, and then later at halftime that allowed them And then, welcome to basketball in Kentucky.
Going to be a great, great week. That'll wrap things up for us for night one. Thanks to Joe O'Mellon on camera. Steve Bird was our executive producer. Thank you to Don Mueller, analyst, Gary Forrest, and I'm Chris Labar. Good night from Gallatin County High School. You've been watching 8th Region Girls Basketball on Glycod. We'll see you tomorrow night.
From Glycod, this has been Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball. Roy's Body Shop in LaGrange. Collision repair for the people. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home. Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable. LaGrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly, and by Mortensen Family Dental.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.